Ever wondered why investing in stocks is like dating? You are attracted to the good-looking ones, but it's the ones with substance and a good financial report that are keepers. Yes, my friends, we're talking about the thrilling world of stock investments. It's a place where numbers dance and trends come and go faster than fashion seasons. It's not just about picking the most popular stock, the one everyone's raving about. No, it's about looking deeper, peeling back the layers, and really getting to know what you're investing in. It's like dating. You don't go for someone just because they are attractive, right? You want to know if they have a stable job, if they're good with money, and if they have any outstanding warrants. It's the same with stocks. But today we are not here to give dating advice. We are here to talk about a very special stock, Advanced Micro Devices, or AMD. Now you may ask, why AMD? Well, let's just say Wall Street has a big crush on it. Imagine, if you will, Wall Street as the popular kid in high school, and AMD as the new transfer student. Everyone's curious, everyone's talking, and Wall Street can't help but be smitten. In the realm of technology stocks, AMD is currently the belle of the ball. It's been making waves with its recent performance. Just last year it gave a stellar performance, outpacing many of its rivals. It's like the kid who moved in mid-semester and is now topping the class. And let's not forget, AMD's product lineup has been turning heads too. It's like the new kid showing up with the latest gadgets and the coolest clothes. Their Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics cards are the talk of the town, setting new benchmarks and leaving competitors scrambling to keep up. But it's not just about good grades and cool gear. AMD has also managed to carve out a respectable market position for itself. It's like the new kid who's not only smart and trendy but also gets elected class president. AMD's market share in the CPU segment has been steadily increasing, showing that it's not just a flash in the pan. Yet, it's important to remember, high school can be fickle. Today's sweetheart can be tomorrow's old news. So, while Wall Street may be head over heels for AMD now, it's crucial to keep an eye on the long-term prospects. And this is where our story gets interesting. Is AMD the real deal, or just a temporary fascination? Is it the kind of stock that could give your portfolio a boost, or will it leave you nursing a broken heart? So is Wall Street's infatuation with AMD justified, or is it just a high school crush? Let's find out. Every love story has its ups and downs, and AMD's is no different. Now, let's delve into the good, the bad, and the ugly of investing in advanced micro devices, or as it's more affectionately known, AMD. Picture this as a classic spaghetti western movie, but instead of Clint Eastwood, we've got silicon and semiconductors. First, let's talk about the good. AMD has been out here, guns blazing, taking on its rivals like a cowboy in a shootout. The company has consistently delivered innovative products, leading to a substantial increase in its market share. Its Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics cards have been giving competitors a run for their money. And let's not forget the company's impressive financial performance. Over the last several years, AMD's revenue growth has been as steady as a tumbleweed rolling across a desert plain. But wait, there's more. AMD is also a key player in the rapidly growing data center market. They've been pushing boundaries and innovating like a mad scientist in a lab. It's like they've got a secret sauce recipe, and everyone wants a taste. Now let's mosey on over to the bad. Every cowboy has a nemesis, and for AMD, it's the intense competition. The tech sector is a wild, wild west, and companies like Intel and Nvidia aren't exactly sitting around a campfire singing Kumbaya. They're constantly innovating and coming up with new products to challenge AMD. And then there's the ugly, the global chip shortage. It's like a bandit that's come to town, causing all sorts of trouble. This shortage has impacted AMD's ability to meet the high demand for its products. It's a bit like being the most popular kid at the party but running out of punch. It's a tricky situation to say the least. But remember folks, in every good Western, the hero often faces challenges, setbacks, and yes, even a few ugly situations. But they always dust themselves off, get back on the horse, and ride off into the sunset. AMD may have its share of challenges, but it also has a lot of potential. It's like a gold mine in the Wild West. You have to dig deep, face a few hardships, but the reward could be worth it. So, as we ride off into the sunset of this scene, remember that every investment comes with its share of the good, the bad, and the ugly. But that's what makes it exciting, right? It's like a wild horse ride through the desert. It's thrilling, unpredictable, and well, a little bit scary. So that was a roller coaster ride. Feeling dizzy yet? Don't worry, we're not done yet. Now if only we had a crystal ball to see the future of advanced micro devices. Wait, we do. It's called industry analysis. Alright, let's use this magical crystal ball of ours and delve into the future prospects based on industry trends. Now remember, this crystal ball isn't always 100% accurate. It's more like a weather forecast. It can tell you it's going to rain money, but you might end up with a drizzle or a downpour. So, what does the future hold for AMD? According to the crystal ball, industry analysis, the tech sector is expected to continue its growth. With the increasing demand for high-performance computing, gaming and data centers, AMD seems to be riding the right wave. However, let's not forget that there's no such thing as a sure bet in the stock market. It's like betting on a horse race where the horses are replaced with unicorns, and the unicorns sometimes decide to fly instead of run. So while AMD has a strong position in the market, it's also facing tough competition from big players like Intel and Nvidia. Also, the tech industry is known for its rapid changes. One minute you're the king of the hill, and the next you're tumbling down the slope. It's like a game of musical chairs, where the music is a techno remix played at warp speed. But let's not be all doom and gloom. AMD has a history of innovation and resilience. They've faced challenges before and have always managed to bounce back. It's like a game of whack-a-mole where AMD is the mole that refuses to stay down. So based on our crystal ball, industry analysis, the future looks promising for AMD. But remember, the stock market is unpredictable. It's like a roller coaster ride where the drops can be just as thrilling as the climbs. So, the future looks bright for AMD, or does it? Let's wrap this up. Alright folks, it's time for the million-dollar question, or should we say the AMD question. We've traveled down the rabbit hole of advanced micro devices, dissected Wall Street's love affair with the company, and looked at the good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. We've peered into the crystal ball. But as we all know, the future is as clear as mud. So, what's the verdict? To invest or not to invest? That is the question. Now remember, AMD is no ordinary company. They're the David who dared to challenge the Goliath of the tech industry. They've shown resilience, innovation, and a knack for surprising us all. But let's not forget, every rose has its thorns. AMD has had its share of ups and downs, twists and turns, and roller coaster rides that would make even the most seasoned investor queasy. Wall Street seems to have a sweet tooth for AMD, but let's face it, Wall Street has been known to have a fickle heart. One day it's all hearts and flowers, the next it's not you, it's me. But hey, that's the nature of the beast. Investing is not for the faint of heart. It's a game of strategy, patience, and a dash of daring. So should you put your hard-earned money on AMD? Well, if you're looking for a quick buck, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're in it for the long haul, if you believe in AMD's vision, and if you're willing to ride the waves, then perhaps, just perhaps, AMD could be your golden ticket. But remember, investing is not a one-size-fits-all game. What works for one may not work for another. It's about knowing your risk tolerance, understanding the market, and most importantly, believing in your choices. So, is investing in AMD a match made in heaven or a date with disaster? Only time, your risk appetite, and maybe your horoscope can tell. Remember, in the world of investing, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, but you never lose unless you sell at a loss. So, think wisely, invest wisely.